Hello, 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 everyone. Joshua, I have a radio voice now. Isn't it great?
You do have a radio voice. You sound very
I sound
amazing, melodious. You
very
sound melodious. Although I'm
radio.
seeing you frozen. Are you really frozen?
No, I'm not frozen. No,
Okay. All right.
I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen. I'm willing myself not to be frozen. Am I still frozen?
You're still frozen.
Can you can hear me though?
I can hear you. You're as clear as a bell, but
Okay. Joshua, you entertain the masses for a second. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna do my best with this. Now give me a break. I'm not prepared, but sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong, sing for good times and for bad.
Hello.
Sing. Oh, okay. Just in time, because I don't know the rest of the, the words.
See, there is something wrong with the wired internet in my house, and it only screws up when we go live on StreamYard. That's the only time. Well, that's actually not true. It screws up every once in a while during the day, but inevitably, every single time we go live on StreamYard, it screws up. But we've had our one screw up, and so now we will not have a screw up again.
You really look clear now, and you sound amazing too. So I think we're okay, and your audience won't have to hear me sing again because I'm running out of songs and.
You know, you only have 2 or 3 in your back pocket.
I do.
So I actually have a good kickoff topic for us tonight, and this was actually I was spying on the chat before we got started, and someone in the chat said he wants to start basically a campaign to have Trump get a first cat. And I was like, I don't know if Trump is a cat person. Do you think Trump is a cat person or a dog person?
I think he's a dog person, like me.
Yeah. Everyone should be a dog person, I think.
I think so. Although I think cats are really good for those people who are really independent and don't, because cats are so independent. They don't need you. They hate you.
Yeah.
They hate their owners, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of why I thought Trump might like to be a cat, might be a cat person, because it'd be much more low maintenance, I would think. Trump wouldn't even have to bother with a damn cat. Cat's basically gonna take care of itself.
Yeah, I think so. But I can't see Trump liking cats, especially since he doesn't like women, and women are often very cat-like compared to.
Why do you say Trump doesn't like women? Trump is surrounded by women.
Like women. Okay, let me recant that. Let me backpedal.
All right, we've had our 2 technical difficulties for the night. We're out of them.
It's not that he doesn't like women. I think that he doesn't like nasty women. Is that better?
Define nasty women.
Women who have a problem with him is his definition probably of nasty women.
So people who don't like him. Trump doesn't like any. It's not even like men. He could be a man too. Trump doesn't like men who don't like him either.
Trump likes everybody who likes him, and I get that. He never fires the first shot. He always is. He's all purely defensive posture as opposed to offensive. I get him. I get him a lot, especially for a third term. Did you hear about that?
Oh, tell me about the third term.
So essentially, he said that if he gets a second term, that he's going to try to negotiate a third term because he's entitled to it.
Oh my God. Trump loves nothing more than to troll the fucking media over, oh Jesus, I'm supposed to not swear. Sorry, the effing media over staying past the 2 terms. He likes nothing more. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he's hysterical.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome to Nothing Remotely Controversial. This is a show that Joshua and I do every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, in which I banter about the news and whatever I find interesting, and Joshua, who is a professional psychic, uses his psychic and astrology and tarot magic to peer beneath the surface and tell us what's really going on. Now, before you guys you guys are worshiping Satan and doing satanic stuff. This is for fun, guys. It's for fun. Relax. Have fun with it. It is a tough time. 2020 sucks. This has already been the longest week ever, and it's only Tuesday. We need to have some fun. Okay?
Yeah. Lots
of fun. All right, so the first thing we want to talk about tonight, let me share my screen, was not this. Hang on, stand by. But so today there were two different kind of, I mean, I wouldn't even say they're Freudian slips. We were talking about them as Freudian slips, but basically you saw Kamala Harris come out and say the Harris-Biden campaign. And then there was this video that was tweeted by Ian Miles Chung that basically was Biden saying Harris-Biden administration. Now, this was a speech, which means it was written in the teleprompter. This was not a Freudian slip. This was not an accident. So they are very deliberately positioning Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, even though she's the vice presidential candidate. Joshua, what do you make of this?
Well, I find it hard to believe. Like if Mercury was retrograde, I would think that it was actual a slip. But I wonder if like this is actually part of their strategy.
Yeah, what do you think that?
Well, a few things. One, everybody's talking about how Biden is not mentally competent. Even like the Democrats are starting to see like, yeah, he's a little slow, sleepy Joe. Or it could be a matter of the Democrats believe they have a better chance of a woman running the country. You know what I mean? They might think that Kamala is more likable than Biden, and that's how they're trying to get the ticket by pitching. I mean, it's quite a big mistake. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To actually be a mistake and have it not be strategic, or they're just careless and slipshod, which is the other alternative, I guess.
Like, I wonder if we can we psychic, like, is this like an intentional decision? Is this part of some bigger, broader plan that they have? I don't know the best way to psychic this. You're the psychic. You tell us.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's see. Like, was that intentional or was it accidental? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so do me a favor and pose the question. Was it intentional or was it accidental? Uh-oh, you frozen? Uh-oh.
No, I'm back. Okay,
So
I don't know what is going on today. Holy crap. Was it intentional or was it accidental?
Was intentional. And tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay, let's see. Was it intentional or was it accidental? 4 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It was accidental, and they are having a big issue with it.
What do you mean by that?
So 4 of Wands, you know, it's about, you know, they're trying to complete things, like they're trying to like stabilize things. They are going through a transition of sorts, right? I think especially in terms of the communications, but with 3 of Swords, this would say to me that people are like not happy that they wound up saying that. So it wasn't like a strategic thing. It was something that was, I think, accidental.
I mean, lots of accidents seem to be happening with this particular campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just saw an article today that said it was like on the Hill or something. They're making this big deal. They were like, Biden is expanding his campaign in Texas. And it's like, there is less than 2 months until the election. Why isn't the team already set? Why don't they have this? I mean, it just seems like this is such a, like, can we psychic? Here's the other question I have. Can we psychic if the Democrats actually are trying to win this election? Because I don't think they are. I think they're screwing around way too much with this stuff. It just makes no sense.
And tell me I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay. Are the Democrats trying to win this election? Hanged Man, the Magician, the Fool. So the Hanged Man, I don't think they're really happy with who's on the ticket. Like, I don't think they're really happy with Biden. With the Magician, I think that they obviously are going to be happier with Kamala. And with the Fool card, I think that they're aware that things are really up in the air right now. But I think that they are trying to win. But it's like one of those things that it's not under the best circumstances. Does that make sense? Like, he was oh, Carlin, you there? Carlin's frozen.
Oh,
Here
hang
you
on.
go.
We both just froze for me. Guys, I don't know what's happening with StreamYard today. I really don't. I'm sorry if the stream is choppy because it seems to be happening to both Joshua and I intermittently. So I'm going to say this is probably a StreamYard issue, and I really apologize, and I hope they get their S together. So,
Yes.
Joshua, I have no idea what you just said.
Okay, so the Hangman is the first card that comes up in regard to this. The Hangman is about a sacrifice, or essentially, I don't think they're happy with Biden on the ticket. Like, I think it was slim pickings. It was a sacrifice. So they're hanging in there. With the Magician card, they're going to make the most of it. So I think they do want to win. But with the Fool card, I think they're aware that things are very up in the air, especially I think in terms of Biden's health. So essentially, there is this sort of disappointment in the sense that I don't think they're happy with Biden on the ticket, but they are trying to win, even though they're feeling as if they're somewhat handicapped. And that really is what the Fool is in a lot of respects too. Like they don't know what's to come, you know? But she is brazen. Can you imagine a VP saying that? Like and we're going to get Biden on the Harris ticket?
Like, that's nuts. But I mean, like, if someone told her to do that, like, I mean, they're having, like, I would assume that they're having all their speeches written for them at this point, or their remarks. I don't know.
No, I think it was accidental. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mike Drop has a super chat for us, and this is that was one of the what I wanted. This is actually something we were thinking about talking about now. So the debates are coming up, Joshua. They're coming up. I'm very excited. Are you excited for the debates?
I'm super excited. We should live stream the debates, or
we should. Like, I don't know. What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like when the debates are going on, we are watching it with everybody.
Can you psychically fact check the debates?
Psychically fact check?
Yes.
Yeah. We can do that. That could be fun.
Nothing could go wrong with this plan, guys, especially considering the way this live stream is already going. But so Mike Drop wants to know, can you please psychic whether Biden is going to debate Trump or find a way to get out of it? Also, thanks and go Red Sox. Yay, because Joshua's from Boston too. So Joshua, by osmosis, likes the Red Sox.
I love the Red Sox. Love them.
So let's psychic that. And then I want to talk about Joe Rogan after that.
Yes.
I loved what happened this week. Yesterday. Huh?
Yes.
With basically Trump accepting Joe Rogan's offer to moderate the debate between him and Biden, like this 4-hour debate where they get to basically present their visions for the country. And then Tim Pool, I think, started this hashtag Joe must go to try to peer pressure Joe Biden into also accepting the debate, because like everyone wants to see this. I think, like, obviously Biden is not going to do that. Maybe we'll psychic that second. I don't think there's a chance in hell Biden's going to do that. But let's just look at the debates in general. Is Biden going to pull shenanigans to get out of the debates?
And tell me when I should stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay.
Ooh, I feel like I can really put a point on that with this mic. Stop, Joshua.
Stop. Collaborate and listen. Yeah, I think he will.
You think Biden's going to pull shenanigans?
Oh, no. Sorry. I think he will debate him and not pull shenanigans.
Oh, good.
So the success card comes up. So I think that he's prepping. Like, I think that this is important. So where Biden actually has over Trump is that I think that Trump is actually more confident and overconfident than Biden. So I think with the success, they are working overtime to make sure that he is a well-oiled machine by the time this debate comes. So there's a balancing act going on here with the Justice card. So they're balancing things as we speak. And with the Knight of Cups, I think that he is he's putting his emotion to it. Biden's a Scorpio, and Scorpios know, how to position themselves emotionally. So sort of things take care of themselves, but I don't think he's going to pull shenanigans. I think that they're trying to balance the issue right now. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like they're trying to overcompensate because they know that he's, not as equipped as he could be. But I think that where they're going to get Trump is, I don't think Trump is going to be doing as much research or study or preparation.
Well, of course not. Trump's going to wing it because he's going to be overconfident. And I actually think that might be a good thing, to be honest, because one of the things that I've thought about is like, I mean, Biden is like, everyone has low expectations for Biden in this debate. There is not a single person out there with any sense at all who thinks that Joe Biden is going to win one of these debates. Joe Biden basically just has to show up and not fall over or like, forget his own name in order to do well at these debates, right? So one of the things I've thought about is there a chance that Trump is just going to come out like too hard on Joe Biden and frankly make everyone feel sorry for him in the process, like kill him so badly that it's just like sheer overkill. It's like maybe, okay, I was about to make an analogy that I think would get us demonetized, so I'm gonna think of a different one, like maybe a piñata. I'm going to use a piñata as an analogy because it's not a living thing. Like, say, like, you beat the piñata and you keep hitting it with the stick and the candy falls out, and then you just keep beating the piñata over and over and over again.
Something similar to what he did with Hillary, with having, who did he have? Not Paula Jones in the audience, but...
Oh, I mean, something like that, but also just like, I mean, just like Trump going so hard just to prove that he can, that he, like, leaves Biden in a proverbial bloody pulp where everyone's like, okay, Trump, you proved your point and you went past the point of like reasonableness.
Well, you don't think that he did that with Hillary? 1 second.
God, no, I don't think he did that with Hillary.
You don't? Oh, I think
I hate StreamYard. We're getting a new streaming platform after this. It's always something. Why can't technology just be easy?
I agree.
What are you psychicking?
Will you pose the question though?
Wait, what is the question?
Question, please.
Is Trump going to?
Oops.
Is Trump going to? What is the question? I don't even know what the question is.
The question is Trump going to go to the debate and use Biden as a piñata, which will therefore make people feel bad for Biden?
Is Trump going to go to the debate and use Biden as the piñata?
And tell me when to stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Page of Pentacles, swiftness, the Empress. I don't think so. I think that he will be rapid fire facts and being very direct and very, very Sagittarius with it. But with the Empress card, I don't think that he's going to pulverize him. You know what I mean? No, I think that he needs to, start prepping. I think that Trump's the type of person who, if he is a little bit insecure about things, like he won't even think about it. Like he's very much into law of attraction, which is really what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to give energy to things that you don't want to materialize. But I think he'll be fast and direct and frank, but I don't think that there's no like cruelty here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Well, fair enough. And so the last thing that I want to look at in regards to the debates, because we're just like knocking out the psychic. And guys, if you have questions that you would like Joshua to psychic, please send them in. We always take the super chats first, but if I see interesting questions come in the chat, I will do the very, very best that I can. So the last question we want to look at is, I don't want to look at if Biden would accept the Joe Rogan debate because I don't think there's any shot of that, but I wonder if we could look at what was the reaction of his team when Trump accepted the debate publicly? Does that question make sense?
What was Biden's reaction when Trump accepted Joe Rogan's invitation?
Or like the campaign. I want to look more like what did so when Trump retweeted the tweet and said, I want to do this, what did the Biden campaign go, oh shoot?
Let's see. So the Biden campaign's reaction to Trump being willing to debate with Biden on Rogan. And someone I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Six of Swords, High Priestess, Wealth. I don't think they really paid it much mind. Like Six of Swords is sort of like, whatever, this is going to blow over. With High Priestess, they just did not feel the need to comment on it. Like that was the reaction, like keep quiet. And with the Wealth card, the Ten of Pentacles, there was no way that this is going to happen. Like it wasn't even, it's not plausible. It's just, it wouldn't happen. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Well, they're not even really letting Biden even leave the house at this point or talk to anyone. So, I mean, there was a rumor going around. There was actually a post, I think it was like on 4chan, of an alleged former Biden campaign person. I mean, maybe this is an interesting thing we can psychic, and then I have questions about what will happen after the election. But there was this, it's not clear if this post was real or fake, and I am of the mind that it was fake, but it purported to be a post from a Biden campaign staffer who said, you know, basically a lot of stuff about what was going on in the campaign, like they're hyper paranoid and all this stuff. But it also said Biden's dementia is really progressing very quickly, and they're basically trying to prevent him from just essentially having an OS moment. Can we look at? Is Biden's dementia progressing quickly?
Yes. Is Biden's dementia progressing quickly? Is Biden's dementia progressing quickly? And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Very well, let's see. Is Biden's dementia progressing quickly? The World, Seven of Cups, Ten of Wands. Yeah.
You think so?
Look at him.
Like completion.
Yeah, very good. But it's also like the pressure is on, the heat is on. Yeah, it's interesting. He needs to watch out. Does he drink, do you think? This is like
who knows?
That could be creating problems. Imagine if he doesn't have dementia, but it's actually wet brain. Can you imagine?
Oh God, I don't think it's that. It doesn't. Like Biden comes across as such a sad old man. Every single time he's talking, he just has that like sad old man look about him. And everyone who's ever had a grandfather or a grandmother that's like gotten older, like you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say the sad old man face. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me, I don't know why his wife is letting this happen. I really don't. It just makes me so mad. Like Biden should be retired. He should be kicking his feet up. He should be relaxing. This is not, and this is probably only.
Sorry, guys. Are
God
you back?
Damn it. I hate StreamYard. StreamYard is canceled. Cancel StreamYard, because now Joshua's going to go out. Like, this has got to be StreamYard. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Like, this has not happened to us before where both of us have had simultaneous streaming problems, which leads me to believe it is the platform we're streaming on. So I apologize profusely. We're doing the best that we possibly can. Joshua, are you back?
I'm back.
All right. So let's jump into a super chat. Cold Summer had, will something happen in October that will red pill more people? Is there going to be an October surprise?
Let's see. Will there be an October surprise? Red pill more people. Tell me I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Okay. Will there be an October surprise to red pill more people? Seven of Discs, Five of Wands, the Fool. There's definitely going to be mud slung on both sides, but I don't think it's like one thing in particular. Like it's anybody's game right now with the Fool card. So I would say that there's definitely going to be conflict and strife. But I don't get it being like the red pill is going to, everybody's going to take a red pill over it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be a balance.
Do you think it's going to be like more to do with the riots, or do you think it's going to be something else?
I I think I don't necessarily think this is riots. I do think that there might be more of that, but with the Five of Wands, it's more like hassles and competition, and the heat is on. So I think there's going to be a lot of mudslinging on both sides. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's going to be quite the fierce competition.
It's just like things are just getting worse and worse and worse. And like I'm starting to feel more and more like I'm just losing my mind. Like, I mean, these people are like I got so overwhelmed today with how insane people are. I got an email from a friend in New Hampshire that just talking about like the stuff that's going on in California. Did you My back?
You're back. What was the question?
Did you know that they're trying to repeal basically like affirmative action in California so that they can create segregated safe spaces?
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is happening in your state, my friend. And it's stuff like that. There was also a story this week about like this group of like Black people in Georgia who bought a whole bunch of plots of land, and their plan is to create a town called Freedom that is only for Black people, and white people have to like submit an application if they want to live there. Like, and you know what? Listen, like people can buy land and do whatever they want. I don't have a problem with that, but Joshua, I don't understand why we're regressing like this. I mean, just like I want to step back and try to look at this from a spiritual perspective for a minute, because I don't think a human perspective is necessarily as insightful. Why would people start to buy into things that have been dead since the 60s, like segregation? Why is segregation of all things making a comeback?
Well, I think we have to remember that people's hearts are in the right places. I don't think they're trying to regress. I think they're trying to make things better. And I think that it's one of those things, like there are some people that all they see is these conflicts and all they see these problems, and they're not seeing any of the good stuff that is still going on and how we are evolving as a race. So they're just trying to do whatever they can do to make things better. So I think their heart's in the right place, but they're just seriously misguided.
But how come they can't see that they're literally calling for segregation? Like how come? Like I mean, that's what it is. Like separating people based on race is literal segregation, and it's like they can't even. It's like right in front of their face, and they can't see it. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't. I think that they're trying to. They're seeing a problem that's really magnified, and they're only seeing the problem because they refuse to even see the solution, and they don't want to see the solution. Their identity, a lot of people, their identities are really caught up in these problems. And if their problem goes, then their identity goes. So they actually need the problem. So I guess subconsciously, it probably is because they want to make the problem worse so they actually can keep their identity. So they can keep harping on it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, and do you think that part of this is that there is just an absolute refusal to see anything that Trump has done as good and positive? Like everything is just a backlash to Trump, no matter what.
Yeah, they are committed. There are a lot of people that are 100% committed to misunderstanding him. Nothing that he winds up saying, anything that he does, it's bad. It's crazy. It's the Trump derangement syndrome, which you've done a lot of work videos on with you're the psychotherapist dude, right? Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but I think that he must trigger some people and just brings them back.
Many people, apparently.
Many people, yeah, but it's insane.
It is insane. Ember Raven wants to know, is Joshua admitting he's been red pilled yet?
I mean,
where are you on taking the red pill, Joshua? Even though we all know it's okay, but
I mean, I feel that right now, anyway, it's a matter of well, I like Trump. I'm a candidate guy, so I would say that I definitely like Trump, and I definitely think that Biden is I think that him and Kamala, I think them in the White House would be big problems for America. I don't think that they do a very good job. So, yeah.
So you have taken the red pill? You've taken it, it slid down?
I feel that, yeah, I have it. It's like it's dissolving in my mouth a little bit, and then just, you know.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
you never would have taken the red pill if it
wasn't
for me.
You just take a little bit of it, and then you spit it out, and you put it in a napkin, and you're like, I'm going to have that pill maybe later. I'll have more of that pill.
Here we are. Okay. AJ Striker or Star Hiker says, I just want to let you know the video with the bald eagle during your speech was awesome. Joshua, did you watch my speech with the bald eagle?
I have not seen the bald eagle speech yet. I have to. It's on my list.
Let's talk about this because, guys, if you haven't seen the speech yet, it is on my channel. I put it up on Sunday. It was awesome. I went to this Trump rally in Maine. First of all, like, people in Maine turned out. Like, this was like a not insignificant rally, and everyone had all their Trump gear on. There were all these trucks with flags, and like there were bikers for Trump there, and it was awesome. Like, the energy was so good. But I got up to give my speech. And during my speech, we look up and I see the audience, like the audience is going like this. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And we look up, there was a bald eagle circling directly above us. And I was like, that is an actual sign from God, so far as I'm concerned. How would you interpret something like that?
Wow. Well, I think eagles have to do with rising above things, right? It's about rising above things. It's about metamorphosis, transformation, rebirth, right? It's similar to the phoenix that, goes to the sun and rises up from the ashes. So I'd say it's a very, very good sign. Also, eagles are known for their sight and their vision, right? They are amazing vision. So I would say that, and also America, right? The bald eagle is yeah. I think that this is. Yeah, I think it's a very good sign if you're giving a speech and a bald eagle circles around you. It's kind of amazing.
It was a good speech, too. I have to say. It was one of my better speeches. I was very happy with it. Alexandra says, my comment is way too long, so I'll break it up in the chat, but I've been waiting all week to tell you this. Okay, Alexandra, I will look for you. Oh, let's see. Here's the first part. Thought you might find interest in this. My BFF is doing community college this year with her husband. We live in a town of 7K people. BFF is white. Hubs is black. Context. Their persuasive writing teacher. Sorry, scrolling down the chat. Oh, I saw it. Hang on. We're going to get this whole thing, Alexandra. You super chatted in. You earned it. She wrote about smoking pot with foster kids in high school. The teacher graded her down for generalizing that foster kids are troublemakers. What the hell? And then she wrote about everyone playing soccer in 1994. The teacher graded her down, saying that was unfair generalization. The teacher and many others didn't play soccer in 1994. Okay. And BFF Hub's paper contained the same generalizations, and the teacher did not grade his in the same way. Isn't that funny, Joshua? You have a degree in writing, don't you? Do you have like maybe 2 degrees in writing?
I have 2.
Yeah. How would you feel if your writing teachers had graded you down because you were an evil white man?
Honestly, I think even from like a teacher's perspective, my feeling is in an instance like this, it's a matter of you get a good sense when you're teaching the different levels people are at academically. So when you see Charlie Flynn doing something and you know that like he's really trying hard, but Alice, who knows better to make generalizations, she's like smarter, she's more cultured, she's more worldly. You don't grade people the same way. You have to really start with the student and really look at their capabilities. Just like, you wouldn't grade a dyslexic student the same way you would grade a student who's an amazing speller, who, because you're going to have some people who don't really give a damn, and you're going to have some people that are not as talented or as equipped but try harder. So that's my feeling in regard to that. I don't necessarily know if it's a white person generalization type. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think the thing is that you did your degrees a long time ago, because we were actually in college at the same time. You're like a little bit older than me, but we were in college at the same time. So it was like a good, 20 years ago, right?
12, right?
Yes, 12 years. It was 12 years ago. And I think things have changed a little bit since we were in school. So for example, I'll even just show this in the chat. I literally got these like an hour before we start. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to do, nope, add to stream this. So I literally got these an hour before this show. And so what these are actually slides from an actual high school class that is teaching 18-year-old kids. They have to take this class in order to graduate, that reverse racism, does not exist. You have to have power to be racist, and therefore only white people can have power. Interpersonal racism is what white people do to people of color close up. They also talked about sexism. There's stuff about in this one, they're teaching kids about the gender wage gap, which actually is not a real thing when things are leveled out for how many hours you work, the type of profession you have, things like that. I mean, they're actually teaching people in school, high school, not even college, insanity. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if people were being graded differently based on the color of their skin, if I'm honest.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know.
I give teachers more credit than that. I mean, I've been very lucky to have teachers, and I do like that are really good. I've had some crappy ones too, but I think that most teachers they really do care a lot for their students, and you can't grade two students the same way as much as you might want to and might seem fair. But people are different aptitudes and capacities. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the person who does generalizations, you don't say that in a paper, sorry, but you don't say that if you're giving a scholastic academic paper, you don't make generalizations that everyone played soccer in 1994.
Well, Jay Koch is disagreeing with this. BS. Everyone did play soccer in 1994. You know what that reminded me of was
but not everyone.
It made me think of like Cobra Kai, because guys, I don't know if anyone in the chat has been watching Cobra Kai lately. Joshua has finished it. I am in the second season, but it's like it's such a nice flashback and a nice break from everything. I don't know why the soccer thing made me think of Cobra Kai, but I think I was just like flashing back to like probably when I watched Karate Kid for the first time. What do you think about Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai is the greatest gift that I think 2020 has brought Netflix. I know that it was in 2018. I think it actually was aired on YouTube, but this is so refreshing. And I think that, and we'll probably talk more about this, Carlin, but what I love about it is how it's so, one of the main characters, he's so anti-PC, and he just he says stuff that we could say in the 80s without being arrested or without being fired. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not into the internet. Like he's really behind the times, so he can say things that we could say then. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's extremely refreshing, and I think that's the most refreshing aspect of it, because there's a bunch of us that are very much like Johnny Lawrence that would love to have that liberty to just like say the things that, you know, like for instance, like somebody, he's teaching kids in the karate class, and he's like, you know, somebody says to him, well, we prefer if you don't have, you know, use gendered pronoun. And so he looks at him, he's like, what? And like, just hits him in the face or something. It's great. It's so excellent.
And what I love about it is that in the process of like just being this like anti-woke person and just telling these kids, frankly, what they need to hear, he builds their confidence. They develop character. They develop more resiliency. I mean, he puts these kids through hell in this karate class, and it's really hard. But that's what gets the kids to grow and thrive and really love it and feel like they accomplished something.
Yes, and it's really necessary, because I think that what is the word when we're the coddling of the American mind, really?
Yes. Have you read that book?
I have not read that book, but I think that
you should read that book. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is a really great thing, Cobra Kai, because it does teach people, you know, we do learn from television shows and movies. And I think that there are some approaches for some people, they don't need to be coddled. And I think that, you know, we have become a bunch of weaklings in a lot of ways with, like, you know, the ultra sensitivities and, you know, the sensitivity training and all of this. I mean, at a certain point, you just have to, you know, the problem with coddling people is that not everybody is going to adhere to those standards. So when it actually happens and you're dealing with a Johnny Lawrence, you know, from the Cobra Kai series, it just hits you. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I think that I think this could be really beneficial for the world to actually see this, and it's super refreshing. Like, it was like,
and wouldn't it be great if this show inspired like all these teenagers now to get into karate and actually challenge themselves to do something? Like if karate became cool again.
Oh my God. I think a lot of adults are they're getting the karate bug. I was looking for classes on.
I want to go back and do karate. I did karate as a kid.
I haven't gone in a few years, but now the problem is that there are very few like outdoor karate dojos, at least here in LA. Like I keep running past one because I have to run in the morning now because my gyms aren't open. And like there's just like this gym with a whole bunch of meatheads. Like it's very Hans and Franz, you know? But I might have to just go for that. But if you hear of any like outside dojos in LA, your audience, like let me know. I would totally go. Or in New Hampshire for you, Carlin.
Well, Victor just started taking jujitsu. He's been doing jujitsu for like the last week and a half. Well, because they're open here.
Are they wearing masks when they're doing jujitsu? Because that's like
I tend to doubt it. Yeah. I mean, maybe you wear masks like to go in the thing, but
oh my God, jujitsu, like that's like grappling. You're like in somebody's face, or armpit, or wherever. You know.
I wanted to mention to you, and I definitely wanted to do it live, and hopefully StreamYard will cooperate. Did you know, Joshua? Because I know that the gym is a sore spot for you. It's something that gets you very fired up that you can't have your gym right now.
Yes.
Did you know that there were gyms in California and are still open specifically for government officials?
Yes, I did hear about that. I blocked it from my consciousness because I like being happy and content, and that would very much make my blood boil, I think.
Yeah, that they're telling you can't go to your gym, but they're going to their gym.
Yeah.
It's safe for them, but it's not safe for you.
Right, exactly. Well, I heard somebody say like LA County is not doing anything, not opening anything new until the end of September, or like they're going to close out September with all the closing. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
I'm sorry. You got to leave California, man. You do.
I mean, I would, but there's certain things that are in California that are not elsewhere. So, or Los Angeles specifically. So,
well, give it time. Give it time. Yeah. Viking Insane said, I would vote for D's nuts before voting for Joe Biden. Always productive, Viking Insane. Always productive comments. Let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any other super chats. I know we got some. Okay, Alexandra says, one, she wrote about eating ramen as a kid and knowing MSG might be bad for you. She was graded down for racism against Asians.
Seriously?
I'm starting to think you're making this stuff up, Alexandra. I'm starting to think you're a big liar, but probably not. Katsy wanted to know what Josh's perspective is on Mars in retrograde. Joshua has very distinct thoughts about Mars being in retrograde.
Yes. So the Mars is retrograde. It retrograded the 9th of September, I believe, and it'll be retrograde until November 13th, but it takes a while for it to get back up to speed. So the rule with Mars retrograde is he who initiates loses. So for instance, in when we had wars a long time ago, right, what would wind up happening is under Mars retrograde, the country that fired the first shot would lose. So that is the big key. Like he who initiates loses. So during this time period, don't start trouble. It's a terrible time for bullies, right? Because they start problems with people, but it's also not a great time to sue someone. It's not a great time to like start fights or start any issues. Typically you will lose. Even divorces. Like I had a client who was going through a divorce. She really wanted to divorce her husband and it was Mars retrograde. And I'm like, don't do it now. Wait, let him divorce you. And he did. And she got a huge settlement. So just saying.
Yeah. And I think this is actually especially great for Trump, to be honest, because as you said earlier, Trump doesn't start fights. Trump finishes fights.
Yes, exactly. Yes, 100%. 100%. Exactly. So I think that's really good. The thing is that Scorpio is purely defensive as well in a lot of ways. Like Scorpio doesn't start trouble either. That you go after them, and I'm talking about Joe Biden, who's a Scorpio, but Scorpio they want to be, left alone too. You know what I mean? They're going to only attack really if they feel as if there's been an affront. So both of them might be the same in the same way like that. But yeah, I do think that that's a good thing for other things, not just the debate, but everything, Right. Whereas Kamala's a Libra. They are we can't say the SH word anymore.
You can say S. Yeah. Well, we've already sworn in this episode, so it's already
they are. I can be creative. I have,
Okay.
I can be classy. They can be crap starters. Libras. Libras are cardinal signs, and those are the crap starters of the zodiac. They start
crap starters.
Yeah. They start crap. The Capricorns, the Cancers, the Libras, the Aries, they like to start crapola.
Oh.
True. Yeah. And she's a Libra, so that's probably going to be the case.
Alexandra has a comment. Also, thank you, Carlin, for pulling me out of the cult. Literally, you and Carrie saved me. I mean, honestly, I feel the same way about Carrie. Carrie saved me. I was actually, and guys, just so you know, that's Carrie Smith from Unsafe Space, which you should all be subscribed to. If you like my content, you're like Unsafe Space way, way more. So go find them. They actually just had a great chat today with the guys who did the Better Discourse conference, which is on their channel. I watched most of it. I really enjoyed it. Better than the Irish with the Irish says, I think Biden is prepping for an insanity plea. It would not surprise me one little bit. And then I saw another super chat come in. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. AJ Starhiker says, by saying one group can only do something, another group can't, that shifts the power. I mean, that's a fair point. If only someone in power can be racist, it shifts the power to the victims, making them racist by their own definitions. But see, the problem is, here's how they get to the point that all white people are racist and can't be racist against other people, because they say white people built the systems of power. White people created government. White people created business. And therefore, because everything was built on the foundation that white people built, they are inherently racist and they must be torn down to be undone. And Josh was just like, that. I mean, I'm serious.
She'll be back. Don't worry. Here you are.
I'm going to write StreamYard a sternly worded email.
Ooh.
Not going to mess with me. God. No, but that actually is the definition of systemic racism, is that white people built everything to benefit solely white people. And why would white people try to benefit any other race of people? Because white people are inherently racist.
Sorry.
Okay, people are just going to have to excuse me if I swear during this stream, because we have reached the point where, like, I'm going to start swearing. So one question I wanted to ask, and, something I've been thinking a lot about today is, like, what happens after the elections? I posted a video earlier today that was basically about this Atlantic article that basically said, if you vote for Trump, well, the Democrats are just going to continue to riot. So Republicans, you might as well vote for Joe Biden. Because if you vote for Biden, we'll stop rioting. And so I've been thinking a lot about, like, what's going to happen after the election, after a winner is chosen. Joshua, can you psychic this for us?
Are we talking about the riots that are going on, the rioting?
Well, I guess, like, will there be more violence after the election?
Let's see. And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop.
Will there be more violence after the election? King of Swords, Three of Swords, Love. It's a mixed bag. There'll be some, but I also think that, there'll also be a coming together of things. So it's a balance. It's a balance.
Well, that's good, I suppose. Seventh Night of Nye says, here's a few bucks to go full Karen on your service provider. Oh, don't you worry, darling. I will absolutely go full Karen on them. We need this to actually work, StreamYard.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Max. You back?
I'm coming. See, I can always, anytime I disappear, I can always hear you. And and I've been able to hear you even when you disappear as well. So it really is. It's just like the video for some reason.
Okay, we'll fix it.
We'll fix it. We'll get it buttoned up for next week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joshua, I have one more thing I wanted you to psychic, and it's kind of a fun thing. So there was this story today that the Columbia University Marching Band has chosen to cancel itself due to racism, where the band is just a little too racist and has, and misogynistic and all of the bad words. The band has decided they have a long history of this after 116 years of being really bad people at Columbia. And so they are disbanding the marching band. I can't even believe this is like a real story, but it is. It was like a whole drawn out affair. But I kind of think that this is a prank. And the reason I think this is a prank is that the very first
what?
named cleverest band in the world. So they're saying they're clever, like in the first sentence of the article. Also, this is part 1 of this article announcing there's disbanding. There is a mystery part 2 coming soon. And I kind of think this might be like, psych, we tricked you. We're not really disbanding. We just played a massive prank or something like that. That's my hope as to what it is, because frankly, if this is something the Columbia University Marching Band pulled off, if they pranked Columbia University like this and basically did a mockery of cancel culture, that would be awesome. That would be basically the best thing that's ever happened. So I want to know, is this a prank?
Is this a prank? Okay. And tell me when I should stop shuffling on that.
Stop. Jay Coke says the band disbands. Something is fishy.
No, this is not a prank.
It's not a prank?
Believe it or not, it's not a prank. No. But I also think that you got 2 10s here. You get 10 of cups and 10 of swords, and both of these cards are about the end of a cycle, right? So I think that there are other reasons why. I think there are other reasons why, but emotions and words have been exchanged, and yeah. I think that they could have done something different, but for whatever reason, this is a loaded topic for the people involved.
That is just the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life. This is a marching band. Get them a GD advisor. Why is the university allowing this band to just I don't understand. Don't they want to offer a marching band program for students? It's an Ivy League school. If they can't control a marching band, why are we letting these people educate children? So apparently the Columbia University Marching Band is no more, but is also racist. Joshua, you want to know other things that have come out as racist in the last week?
What?
Wine is racist.
How is wine racist?
I don't know. I didn't read that article. I just saw the headline. Also, autopsies. Autopsies
for everyone? They're racist for everyone.
Well, no, very specific types of autopsies, in fact. Do you want to take a guess?
I don't know. What would it be? Oh, hold on. Come back.
I'm dead. No. So the types of autopsies that are racist are autopsies that are performed in the course of murder cases used to get off white defendants from the crimes they committed. They're racist.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Joshua's gone in shock. Huh?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
you can't hear me?
What'd you say?
I said, oh.
Yeah. So if you were a white man and accused of a crime and went on trial, if they did an autopsy of your victim, who I'm sure would be a black trans woman of some sort, that autopsy would be racist.
Wow. Okay.
Pro tip.
All right.
Pro tip.
All
right, Joshua, we seem to have made it to the end of this cursed show. Is there an astrological reason for our technology difficulties tonight?
I don't know what it is. Maybe we need to reboot, just like, all of us. Sometimes you just need to reboot. Maybe that's the big lesson. Maybe it's about trying a different platform. Maybe that's part of the lesson.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out somehow. So Joshua, you now have a YouTube channel that you're actually putting content on.
Yes.
What are you doing on your YouTube channel?
It is going to be a lot of different things. Horoscopes or taroscopes for your new moon is going to be on there, but also, there's going to be law of attraction stuff and astrology stuff, but also true crime. So if there are any true crime fanatics out there who like murder cases and stuff like that, we'll be talking about the astrology of true crime. And it bridges the two together, so it should be a lot of fun. And interviews. I'm going to be interviewing you very soon.
Yes.
So you got to get on your calendar.
Of course. You know who else would like to talk about true crime, I bet?
Who?
Mikey Harlow.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. I seem to remember him saying something like that. He could have been lying. I don't know. So that's really exciting. And guys, if you want to subscribe to Joshua's YouTube channel, the link is in the description below. So please subscribe to his channel. Joshua also does readings. His website is in the link below. And of course, he's on Twitter. Although you took Twitter off your phone recently because it was too negative.
No, I put it back on because I had
No, that was short-lived.
I had to put it back. Well, no, it was a great 3 days. I put it back on my phone because I realized it's my primary news source. Which I was like, what am I going to do? It's so true. Like if there's an earthquake, which, for a while we were having one like every week here. The first thing you do is like, is that me? Am I going insane? Somebody moved my house, or was there an earthquake? So yeah, I'm back on there for the time being.
All right. And guys, I have a couple things that are going on this week. So tomorrow on this channel at 2 p.m., I'm going to have actually a member of my locals. He has a YouTube channel called Return to Reason. His name is Truman, but Truman is like one of the smartest people that I've met in a while. He's very, very, very quick and has lots of important things to say. And we're going to be talking about how being a Democrat is essentially like being in an abusive relationship. Being woke or in the social justice crowd is essentially like being in an abusive relationship. And he's got a whole analysis in which he's really equated the two. We had a whole 2-hour chat about it the other day, one-on-one. So that's going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time on my channel. And then on Thursday, I am going to be on Adam Krigler's show again. I think we're actually going to start doing it weekly, where I'm going to be on his show every Thursday, which is going to be really, really fun. So guys, tune in to Adamcast IRL on Thursday. And then this weekend, for anyone who is in Tampa or the Sarasota area, me, Brandon, Mikey Harlow, we're all going to be in Tampa for a walkaway rally on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Joshua, you know what I'm doing on Sunday?
What are you doing Sunday?
We're going to Sarasota, Florida, to be in one of those big Trump. No!
I missed it. What are you doing?
We're going to Sarasota to be in one of those.
What are you doing?
I can see you. Why can't you hear me? Apparently, we're dead.
I don't know. You're going to Sarasota.
I'm going to Sarasota.
You're going to Sarasota.
I'm going to Sarasota to be in a big Trump boat parade. And it's very exciting. I don't know if any of that got through at all. I don't know. Joshua looks frozen. Oh, guys, I promise I will I'm going to Sarasota to do a Trump boat parade. So it'll be thousands of Trump boats with Trump flags and people celebrating Trump things in Sarasota on Sunday. And we will be there as well. And it's going to be awesome. One last super chat from Quantum Football. Many universities disbanded their marching bands in the 60s, when many were still ROTC affiliated, and then unofficial non-military versions showed up in their place almost immediately. I mean, I just think band is a good, wholesome activity for people to be a part in and to be a part of, and racism has ruined marching bands at Columbia University.
What are you going to do?
Whatever. All right, guys. I promise I will fix the technology, or at least send StreamYard a very sternly worded email. We will make it better next week. This has been our buggiest show
to date, right? To date.
Good. All right, guys. Let's just end the show. We're going to just call it a night. All right.
Bye.